Diffusion, the international science radio show.
We have a bouncer on the doors of perception.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
It gets pretty exciting.
The myths, the truths.
Toxicology.
Astroseismology.
Magnetism. The dark side.
Genetically engineered potatoes.
Planetoid.
Planetoid.
I love that word.
Hello and welcome to Diffusion. Sit back and relax while we inject weird and wonderful science directly into your genes. I'm Ian Woolf. On this special holiday edition, the Ig Nobel Prizes, which are awarded every year by the Annals of Improbable Research, for science that first makes you laugh and then makes you think. You can see the full 2017 Ig Nobel Prize ceremony and read the Annals of Improbable Research at www.improbable.com. And now the 2017 Ig Nobel Prizes condensed from the full 90-minute ceremony. Here's host Mark Abrams.
We are gathered here tonight to honor some remarkable individuals and groups. Each winner has done something that makes people laugh, then think. The Ig Nobel Prize ceremony is produced by the science humor magazine, The Annals of Improbable Research, and it's co-sponsored proudly by the Harvard-Radcliffe Society of Physics Students and the Harvard-Radcliffe Science Fiction Association, and by the book This is Improbable 2, ISBN 978-178-074-3615. The editors of the Annals of Improbable Research have chosen a theme for this year's ceremony. That theme, I think, is uncertainty. Is that right? No. Tonight, 10 prizes will be given. The achievements speak for themselves all too eloquently. The prizes will be physically presented to the new Ig Nobel Prize winners by Nobel laureates. As you know, we used to have a problem at this ceremony. Many of the speakers would exceed their allotted time. Here's how we now solve that problem. Please welcome the charming, the delightful, the ever so cute Miss Sweetie Poo. Miss Sweetie Poo is 8 years old. Miss Sweetie Poo, would you please demonstrate what you will do when somebody exceeds his or her allotted time?
Please stop. I'm bored. Please stop. I'm bored. Please stop.
Thank you, Miss Sweetie Poo. Now, Miss Sweetie Poo. Thank you, Miss. Now, Miss Sweetie Poo will. Thank you, Miss Sweetie. Whenever somebody. Thank you, Miss Sweetie Poo. Thank you, Miss Sweetie Poo. All right, let's get it over with. Ladies and gentlemen, the awarding of the 2017 Ig Nobel Prizes. We're going to be giving out 10 prizes. The winners come from many nations. The winners this year have truly earned their prizes. Karen, tell them what they win.
This year's winners will each receive an Ig Nobel Prize.
What else will they get?
A piece of paper saying they've won an Ig Nobel Prize. It's actually signed by several Nobel laureates.
Do they get any money?
$10 trillion.
$10 trillion?
$10 trillion.
Trillion? 10?
10.
US
trillion.
dollars.
Zimbabwean dollars.
Zimbabwean dollars.
We're talking about a Zimbabwean $10 trillion bill.
That's all?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, how nice. Thank you, Karen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the coveted Ig Nobel Prize. This year's prize is a replica of a human head supporting a replica of a question mark. The Physics Prize. The winners come from France Singapore, and the USA. This year's physics prize is awarded to Marc-Antoine Fardin for using fluid dynamics to probe the question, can a cat be both a solid and a liquid? Please welcome our winner.
Thank you. Thank you. So it's a great honor. It's very nice. So when I was asked if I was willing to accept the prize, the answer was easy. You know, it might be cool to refuse a Nobel Prize, but it's certainly uncool to refuse an Ig Nobel. So are cats liquid? I saw this question asked on the internet, and it was based on the common definition that a liquid is a material that can adapt its shape to its container. And it seems to be the case. So I couldn't refrain from using this question as a way to highlight some of the actual questions that, and problems that are studied in rheology. So rheology is the study of flows, from the Greek rheo, to flow. You can find the same Greek root in the word diarrhea, so you know it's serious. And you can also find it in the more sophisticated word logorrhea, so I'll keep this short. So basically what I said in the paper is that Thank you, Miss Sweetie Poo. Thank you.
You can collect your $10 trillion from the Nobel laureates over there. The Peace Prize. The winners are from Switzerland, Canada, the Netherlands, and the USA. This year's Ig Nobel Peace Prize is awarded to Milo Puhan, Alex Suarez, Christian Locasio, Alfred Zahn, Marcus Heitz, and Otto Brandley for demonstrating that regular playing of a didgeridoo is an effective treatment for obstructive sleep apnea and snoring. Please welcome the winners.
This is Alex Suarez, and he himself suffered 15 years ago from obstructive sleep apnea syndrome and got prescribed the usual treatment, which is the mask treatment. Well, he went home, came back after a while and said, oh, I feel much better. But I didn't use the mask. I didn't tolerate the mask, it was nothing for me, but I picked up playing the didgeridoo with a special breathing technique, and indeed the sleep apnea syndrome was gone. And he helped other patients do the same, and after a while we thought, yeah, let's do a study on this. And we did a randomized trial, and this trial showed actually that after 4 months of playing the didgeridoo 5 times a week, that it reduces daytime sleepiness, the main symptoms, snoring, and apneas during sleep. And this actually showed that the sleep apnea may be treated by this exercise-based active type of treatment, which was a kind of a proof of concept study. So we are very happy to receive this prize, and I can also tell you now about another study.
The Economics Prize. The winners are from Australia and the USA. This year's Ig Nobel Economics Prize is awarded to Matthew Rockloff and Nancy Greer for their experiments to see how contact with a live crocodile affects a person's willingness to gamble. Please welcome the winners.
G'day. Let's try it again. G'day. Excellent. That's what I want to hear.
That's not an Aussie accent.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she's got the real Aussie accent. Sorry about that. So I don't do an Aussie accent very well, but anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for giving us this prize. I'd like, in particular, to thank my family, my wife, who said that when I asked what's exciting in Central Queensland that we could use to motivate people to gamble, she said, well, crocodiles, we're chock-a-block with crocodiles. So that's what we used. And Nancy I wanted to also thank Nancy, who actually did all the work on this project. Went on 100 tours and had a lot of croc pies. And Nancy had a few words to say.
Oh, and I got to hold a crocodile. But Thanks, Matt, for giving me my first research job. And thanks to my family, my partner, my friends for supporting me in my research ventures.
Okay, so we're gonna go home after this and eat, drink, and be merry. So I want to encourage the rest of you to get stuffed as well. Everybody together, get stuffed. 1, 2, 3, get stuffed. You get stuffed, mate. You get stuffed.
You can get your $10 trillion bill over there from the Nobel laureates. The Anatomy Prize. The winner is from the UK. The Ig Nobel Anatomy Prize is awarded this year to James Heathcote for his medical research study, Why Do Old Men Have Big Ears? Please welcome the winner.
Hi, thank you very much. Have you ever sat on a bus and noticed that the old man opposite you has very big ears? Once you've spotted it, it is impossible to imagine those enormous ears on a younger man, and so they must have grown. 20 years ago, we set out to prove this by measuring the ears of 206 patients. And we put it on a graph, and it's true. On average, your ears grow by about 2 millimeters a year, 2 millimeters a decade. Thank you for inviting me tonight. For everyone who's helped me to get this ear-shattering piece of research completed and published, make of it what you will. Thank you.
Don't forget to collect your $10 trillion bill over there.
You're listening to an edited presentation by Mark Abrams of the 2017 Ig Nobel Prizes on a special holiday edition of Diffusion Science Radio. I'm Ian Woolf. Send emails to science@diffusionradio.com. We're brought to you across Australia on the Community Radio Network and podcast over the internet on www.diffusionradio.com.
So, next is the Biology Prize. The winners are from Japan, Brazil, and Switzerland. The Ig Nobel Prize for Biology is awarded to Kazunori Yoshizawa, Rodrigo Ferreira, Yoshitaka Kanemura, and Charles Lienhard for their discovery of a female penis and a male vagina in a cave insect. The winners could not be with us tonight in person, so they sent us this video acceptance speech.
It's a great honor to receive the Nobel Prize.
We're now exploring some caves this time in Japan. Unfortunately, I could not attend the ceremony.
In the study, we reported a sex reverse cave insects in which females have a penis.
as I picked their sex life every 30 minutes and found out that females anchor the males by using her spiny penis up to 70 hours.
Every dictionaries around the world express penis as a male structure. Our discovery made billions of dictionaries outdated.
Yeah. So let's explore for other improbable insects. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Fluid Dynamics Prize. The winner is from South Korea and the USA. The Fluid Dynamics Prize is awarded to Jiwon Han for studying the dynamics of liquid sloshing to learn what happens when a person walks backwards while carrying a cup of coffee. Please welcome the winner.
As we just saw, we all spilled coffee, all right? And we hate to spill coffee. And back in high school, I had a bit too much free time to myself, so I decided to write a physics paper about it, 15 pages long. And through a series of surprisingly rigorous mathematical arguments, I have found out the secret to not spilling coffee. You hold it from the top, you gaze straight forward, and start walking backwards. I know what you're thinking. Is this practical? Absolutely not. Not at all. Frankly, for those who want to not spill their coffee, that's why the lid was invented. However, I did learn a very important lesson from this research, and it is that research is not about how old you are. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how much coffee you can drink. And with enough coffee drinks and a little bit of bad luck, you might end up in Boston. Thank you.
Don't forget to collect your $10 trillion bill. The Nutrition Prize. The winners are from Brazil, Canada, and Spain. This year's Ig Nobel Nutrition Prize is awarded to Fernanda Ito, Enrico Bernard, and Rodrigo Torres for the first scientific report of human blood in the diet of the hairy-legged vampire bat. The winners could not attend in person, but they sent us this video acceptance speech.
We have to make a speech to accept this outstanding prize. Fernanda,
at the end of the video, the researchers all open their mouths to reveal vampire fangs.
We do accept the prize.
Thank you. The Medicine Prize. The winners are from France and the UK. The Ig Nobel Prize for Medicine is awarded to Jean-Pierre Royer, David Mounier, Nicolas Torquet, Anne-Marie Mouly, and Tao Jiang for using advanced brain scanning technology to measure the extent to which some people are disgusted by cheese. The winners could not attend in person. They sent us this video acceptance speech.
In France, we have 1,600 varieties of cheese, but we have shown that 6% of people were disgusted by cheese, a higher number than that found for other foods. In addition, from 1 to 6 members of their family also dislike cheese. The disgust is not only observed in France, but probably in most countries in Europe and in USA. Using a fMRI scanner, we observed that a small brain area activated when we are hungry and stimulated by food odors and images was deactivated in subjects disgusted by cheese. By contrast, two other areas involved in aversive behaviors were more activated in these subjects than in subjects like in cheese. In cheese lovers as me, it's a real delight, mainly with a good wine, but you must come to France to experience this. Cheers.
The Cognition Prize. The winners are from Italy, Spain, and the UK. The Cognition Prize is awarded to Matteo Martini, Ilaria Bufalari, Maria Antoinetta Stasi, and Salvatore Maria Aliotti for demonstrating that many identical twins cannot tell themselves apart visually. Please welcome the winners.
Hi everybody, thanks Mark, and thank you all for this prize. We're really honored to receive it. For some reason, this study has been the one we struggled the most to publish. Who knows why? So if we had to receive a prize for improbable research, it had to be for this one. Anyway, as an eminent photographer once said, the face is the only part of the body to be exposed naked to the first comer. And she was right, unless you live in a hut in an Amazon forest. The face is also the most distinctive feature of the body itself. People typically show a clear advantage in recognizing their own face over other very familiar faces.
Yes, but what happens when your face is extremely similar to another face, like in monozygotic twins? Surprisingly, we have found that identical twins hardly distinguish a picture of their own face from that of their co-twin at a quick glance. And even more surprisingly, we found that this effect depends on how much they felt physically similar to their co-twin, and also on how insecure the attachment to significant other is. Thank you.
Don't forget to collect your $10 trillion bill.
A warning, the next award contains some adult concepts.
And now the final prize, the Obstetrics Prize. The winning team is from Spain. The Obstetrics Prize is awarded to Marisa Lopez Tejon, Alex Garcia Faura, Alberto Prats Galino, and Luis Palares Aniorte for showing that a developing human fetus responds more strongly to music that is played electromechanically inside the mother's vagina than to music that is played electromechanically on the mother's belly. Please welcome the winners.
Institute Marqués is carrying out a state-of-the-art research on how music impacts the embryonic and fetal development. We have improved in vitro fertilization by applying musical vibrations inside the incubators of our fertility clinics and by inserting a speaker in the vagina of thousands of patients. For the first time, we have been able to communicate with the fetus. To achieve this, we have to create the baby pod. This is an FDA-approved vaginal speaker that connects to the phone. Thanks to the baby pod, we have discovered how fetal hearing works. Fetuses can barely hear noise outside the womb. The fetal ability to hear starts when they only measure 11 centimeters, 4 inches, and fetuses the myth of talking to your belly is over.
Don't forget to collect your $10 trillion. From all of us, please remember this final thought. If you didn't win an Ig Nobel Prize this year, and especially if you did, better luck next year. Thank you.
And that's all of the Ig Nobel Prizes of 2017. Next week, in the first show of 2018, we'll feature part 2 of the Bright Sparks Challenge. Would you like to hear your voice on radio? Record a voice memo on your phone or use the voicemail tab on the website. We'll be playing one next week. We need more people contributing stories to Diffusion. Send your contributions, opinions, helpful suggestions, and donations to science@diffusionradio.com. That's science@diffusionradio.com, and please do send me an email so I know you're listening and you'd like to hear more episodes. Please like the Diffusion Science Radio page on Facebook and rate us on iTunes. Tell your friends. Follow me on Twitter @Ian Woolf. Join my patrons in supporting the show at patreon.com/diffusionradio. Sound checking by Charles Willock. I produce Diffusion, which is broadcast around Australia to 27 stations on the Community Radio Network, including 2RBM in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, 8CCC in Alice Springs and Tennant Creek, 2NVR in Nambucca Valley, and 3MBR in the Mallee Border districts of Victoria and South Australia. Diffusion is syndicated globally on the National Science Foundation's Science 360 internet radio station and also on astronomy.fm. Subscribe to the podcast on the Diffusion website, www.diffusionradio.com. That's www.diffusionradio.com, and check the website for links and videos from this week's show. If you enjoyed the show, you can explore more than 950 previous episodes archived on diffusionradio.com, where the shows are labelled by keywords so you can focus in on the stories you want to hear. Subscribe to the Diffusion YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/diffusionradio. I'm Ian Woolf. Join us inside your audio device of choice for more science wondering next week on Diffusion Science Radio.
Science is fun. It helps you to learn, to know, and to appreciate. When you study science, you may go on field trips. You discover the marvelous interrelationships between all living things. You learn to read the history of the Earth as it is written in rocks and fossils. You find out what makes things tick, everything from a molecule to a living organism. In the study of science is found the most useful and satisfying knowledge of man. Knowledge of his physical world, its past, its present, and its future. And in your moments of relaxation, now and in the years to come, you will find the study of science leading you into fascinating pursuits. Photography, collecting. Why study science? Study science because you will find in the study of science a richer, more rewarding life.